Now how did they do that? How did they corrupt that prayer? Allah Azza wa Jal describes, الَّذِينَ هُمْ عَنْ صَلَاتِهِمْ سَاهُونَ. The first crime. Sahwa. You know sajdatul sahw, you've heard that term before? Sahw in Arabic means to be to forget something out of neglect. To forget something because it's not the most important thing to you. This is sahw. Something else was on your mind and you forgot what you think is less important. And you overlooked it. This is called sahw. Sahw also includes that if you caught the prayer, well and good. If you didn't catch it, no big deal. Sahw also means you made plans to make salah, or you made plans to go to the mall, or you made plans to go play sports, or you made plans to go see a movie or whatever, I hope not. But you made all these plans, but what was not part of your plans? Salah time. You planned the wedding and it conflicts with Maghrib time. No big deal. Right? You registered for courses and it's right at Jummah time. But, the professor's easy A, that's why I took this course. It fits my schedule better. Right? And your work breaks. They may conflict with salat time. In other words, you organize your life, but what's not a concern in how you organize your life? The prayer. You're careless about it. It doesn't matter. It doesn't matter. And so you go on a picnic or you invite people over for a party or something and salat time came and went. It's okay, we're busy right now. It's not that big of a deal. This is sahun. Neglectful. Now Allah Azza wa Jal first of all mentions, before He gets to the bigger crime, the first reason you deserve the worst kind of destruction is you have this attitude about the prayer. This attitude. There's an ayah in the Qur'an, Allah Azza wa Jal, a few places, just I want to give you some idea of the importance of what salah is to Allah subhanahu wa ta'ala. What salah means. One place, the conversation happens between Allah and Musa. Allah introduces Himself to Musa alayhi salam. Himself. What does He say to him? Innani Allah, an Allah. I am Allah, no doubt. Fa'budni, worship only me. Enslave yourself only to me. Wa aqimis salata li dhikri. And establish the prayer so you can remember me. Think about that. Musa alayhi salam is just talking to Allah. You think he's ever going to forget Allah now? When you talk to somebody important, you never forget. You never forget. Somebody comes over to your house, you say, you know who I met? You know who came over to my house? You know who I spoke to on the phone? Somebody important that you meet. It becomes an imprinted memory in your mind and something, the point of conversation, everyone you meet. You know who I've had a talk with? This famous person. Who is he talking to? Allah Azza wa Jal. And Allah says, no. That remembrance is not enough. To really remember me, you better establish salah. Subhanallah. Now there's this ayah. Inna salati wa nusuki wa mahyaya wa mamati lillahi rabbil alamin. Let me translate roughly. No doubt my prayer, my sacrifice, my life and my death all belong to Allah. Life and death is pretty big things. What came first? Salat. Salah is for Allah. I was thinking salah at the end. Of course my life belongs to Allah, so salah is part of it. Part of my life. No. Salah first, life and death second. Later on. Subhanallah. What is this salah to Allah Azza wa Jal? And in Surah Al-Baqarah, instead of calling it salah, He called it iman. Instead of calling it salah, He called it iman. Allah will not waste your iman. وَمَا كَانَ اللَّهُ لِيُضِيعَ إِيمَانَكُمْ. When the qibla was changed, Bani Israel come to the believers and say, all your previous prayers are wasted. Allah says, no, Allah will never waste your iman. What was He actually talking about? Salah. As far as Allah is concerned, there's no difference between iman and salah. No difference between. And by the way, iman is an act of what? Where does iman exist? Where does it rest? Does it rest in our eyes, in our minds, in our hands, in our tongue? Where does it rest? In our hearts. And so does salah. And these people have salah, but where is it not happening? In their hearts. That's why sahun, ghafla, heedlessness, carelessness, casual attitude, not that important to me. When something's not important to you, or you don't care for it, not caring for something is a problem where? In the heart. That's their first problem. Subhanallah, may Allah Azza wa Jalla protect us from sahwa in salah. Now, this, after we talk about this, Allah Azza wa Jalla mentions the bigger crime, الَّذِينَ هُمْ يُرَاءُونَ. Actually, before we get to it, I want to tell you something, one comment, Ash-Shawkani rahimahullah, it hurt me when I read it, really, is, you pray sometimes and not other times, min as-sahin. and you belong to this group. You don't take care of the prerequisites of the prayer, you're from the sahun. You pray like a bird. You pray like a bird picking pebbles. The Prophet described this when some people make sajda. They would bang their head and come right back up. And they wait till the end of salat time. Right? This is sahwa also. This is sahwa also. And to be unmindful of the components of the prayer. You haven't even gone all the way down to ruku, it's time to get back up. Right? It's like you're in a hurry, it hurts you like all of a sudden you start getting high blood pressure if you're in ruku too long. So immediately, halfway down already it's time to come up. Immediately into sajda you come back up. You barely touch it. They call it hit and run. We used to call it hit and run in college, in the MSA. So you finish your hit and run because you bang, 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 you're done with salah. Get it over with kind of thing. You know, it's like an obstacle in your day. It's getting in the way of the really important things you have to do. You were created for this. Before Allah mentioned your life and your death, He mentioned your salah. You were created for salah. That's your first job. That's the first thing that the messenger is commanded. You know, before we think of the messenger as someone who gives da'wah to people, right? That's in Surah Al-Muddathir. Go warn the people. Before Surah Al-Muddathir, there's Surah Al-Muzammil. And Surah Al-Muzammil, what's he told to do first? Pray. قُمِ اللَّيْلَ إِلَّا قَلِيلًا. Pray first. Then go warn the people. Subhanallah. What institution is this that we can be careless and heedless about? He says, إِنَّهُ لَا يُبَالِي سَوَاءٌ صَلَّى أَوْ لَمْ يُصَلِّي. This is the person, it doesn't bother him whether he prayed or not. You know, in Punjabi they say, gali koi nahi. No big deal. No big. What's the big deal? It's okay. Don't make a big fuss about it. It's just Maghrib. It's alright. There's still time. There's still time. You know, and you keep saying that to yourself. Subhanallah. Anyhow, so the Muslims at least should organize their daily affairs and especially their social affairs around the salah. Inna salata kanat ala al-mu'minina kitab mawquta. No doubt the prayer, especially when it comes to the believers, it is that which keeps their time. It schedules their life. And Allah didn't say alladhina amanu in the ayah, He said al-mu'minin. If you're truly believers, then everything else will come secondary, salah will come first. If you're just alladhina amanu, just regularly, those include hypocrites too, by the way, in the Qur'an. Right? Then maybe not. But if you want to be from the rank of those who truly believe, then salah schedules the rest of your time, the rest of your day. أخرج Abu Ya'li, actually the entire narration you'll find in Tafsir al-Shawkani, so I won't tell you who it's narrated from, except at the end, عن سعد بن أبي وقاص رضي الله عنه, سألت النبي صلى الله عليه وسلم عن قوله الذين هم عن صلاتهم سهون. He says, and this is by the way in the Sunan of Bayhaqi rahimahullah, some argue the authenticity of it, others confirm it. Ash-Shawkani leans to confirm it. الَّذِينَ هُمْ عَنْ صَلَاتِهِمْ سَاهُونَ. He was asked about this ayah, those who are heedless, disregarding, careless, negligent in regards to their prayer. Who are these people? The Prophet was asked. He said, هُمُ الَّذِينَ يُؤَخِّرُونَ الصَّلَاةَ عَنْ وَقْتِهَا. They delay the prayer from its actual time. I'll just combine all of them at the end. Or wait till the very end before it ends and get it over with then. Keep procrastinating. الَّذِينَ هُمْ يُرَاءُونَ. The next ayah. الَّذِينَ هُمْ